Hey everybody, it's Chris here with your Saturday night thingy. It's good to be with you tonight. I'm coming to you from the media office in the third floor media tower at the top of the big staircase where we can look out the windows with a commanding view of the air conditioner. It's great to be up here and with you again this week. So, I fried a chicken on Thursday night, a whole chicken all at once, outside on the patio in the dark on Thursday night. I had to wear Lisa's headlamp that she wears when she goes for walks to see what I was doing. This is what it looked like when it was in progress. I fried the chicken because I had to practice. Because you see, I am scheduled to fry a turkey on this month's Cooking at First UMC video. And I've only fried a turkey one other time before. And so I thought I'd practice on something smaller, like a chicken. And this is what it looked like when I thought it was done. You know, when you put yourself out there and you agree to provide some food for some folks, you don't want to screw it up. You know, you want it to be good. And so a little practice is in order. Frying the chicken was a way for me to get a little bit more experience, to do a little more practice, and to make myself a little more prepared to fry the turkey on camera next week. And you know, I felt like I knew what I was doing because I'd had that other frying experience. I have fried one other turkey in my life, and I did watch a video on YouTube of Sam the cooking guy frying a chicken. So what else could I possibly need to know? You know, there is such a thing as experience. And experience is when you've done something enough to have gotten better at it. And there's such a thing as knowledge. And knowledge is us being aware of factual things and concepts and ideas that are true and that we have an understanding of. And then there's wisdom. Wisdom is our ability to learn and apply our experience and our knowledge to the situations of life in an appropriate way. Wisdom is also the ability to recognize when we're in over our heads and to ask for help. You know, if I were to honestly assess where I stood in this chicken frying thing, I would have admitted that I lacked all three of these things: experience, knowledge, and wisdom. And, you know, that's sort of a recurring theme in life in general. You know, here I am facing a situation where I don't have the experience or the knowledge to do what I need to do. In James chapter 1, verse 5, we find, if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask God. God who gives generously to all without reproach, and it will be given to him. Okay? You know, I certainly lacked chicken frying wisdom, but I didn't ask God about it. I didn't pray about it. I didn't look in the Bible for a fried chicken recipe. Maybe I should have. We find themes of wisdom all through our Bible. We find cautions to not think of ourselves as being too wise because, you know, that leads to arrogance. Proverbs in the Bible, the book of Proverbs, is a whole book of wisdom. And it's these little two-line sayings that offer God's wisdom in real life applications. There's wisdom about how to approach our lives, and there's wisdom about how to treat each other. And some of these sayings are about wisdom itself, like Proverbs 19:20, listen to advice and accept instruction, that you may gain wisdom for the future. Or Proverbs 13:10, by insolence comes nothing but strife, but those who take advice get wisdom. You know, there's not a direct chicken frying proverb, but if there were, it might say something like this: thou who frieth bird with wisdom will eat well, but thou who frieth bird in ignorance will take it out of the oil too soon and have to finish it in the oven, and the potatoes will be cold by then. So I've talked before in other Saturday night thingies, and I've written in my blog about how sometimes I like to throw wisdom out the window and proceed directly into unknown territory. I like the adventure of it. I love a little danger and the exciting sharpness of the possibility of failure. And in the times that I fail, I also gain experience. I gain knowledge, and I hope a little bit of wisdom. And so it was with this chicken frying thing. I went boldly forward without experience, without knowledge, and without the wisdom to seek counsel from others who have fried chickens before me. And you know what? That's all okay if all we're talking about is frying chicken. But there's a bigger picture here, isn't there? Our lifelong task is more important than frying one chicken. Our lifelong task is to live a life that's pleasing to God. Living a life that's pleasing to God might not be an easy thing to get right the first time. But here's the thing. We only have the first time, right? We only have this one time to live on earth, and so we have to give it our best shot. We're learning as we go, and we're applying such wisdom as we've accumulated on the fly as life presents its various situations to us. You know, we're blessed to have this book. We're blessed to have this book, this collection of God's wisdom to draw upon. We're blessed that every day is a new chance to draw a line and to put our past mistakes in the past and to recommit to seeking God's wisdom as we move forward. And, you know, maybe it's okay to be a bit reckless as we approach the little things in life, like frying chickens. But, you know, we need to be wise enough to seek God's help as we're making the big decisions in our life, as we're making our business decisions, our relationship decisions, especially our faith decisions, right? Because these are the things that really define our character. So you know where I went wrong? Frying the chicken. In frying turkeys, which I've done before, there's a 3-minute per pound rule. And I applied that rule to chicken because they're both birds, right? As it turns out, chickens take about 2 to 3 times longer to fry than turkeys. I don't know why this is, but it is. There's a difference in the cooking times between the two types of birds. It's a well-known difference to people who do this often. And it's a difference that I too could have known had I sought the wisdom of others. But I didn't. Proverbs 12, chapter 12, verse 5 reads, "The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but a wise man listens to advice." You know, that's why we join faith communities, isn't it? To listen and to learn and to live together as we seek God's wisdom to help us find our place in God's great story. And so that's what I have for you tonight, just a little ramble on wisdom and chicken frying. You know, it's been a fun couple weeks here at First United Methodist Church. Ministry has continued through the pandemic. You know, last week we commissioned 6 new Stephen ministers, and Pastor Matt has been leading a new members class, and 3 of them will join our church next Sunday. And the mission and gathering was here this morning with churches from all over eastern Iowa dropping off their mission kits here and loading them onto a truck. You know, while we're doing things differently, we haven't stopped doing. And we're thankful for all that you are doing and in your own lives of ministry. And we're thankful for all the support that you keep giving to us here at the church. So with that, we will see you on the live stream tomorrow morning, 8:30 and 10 o'clock. Remember, there's also a message for kids of all ages on Facebook and YouTube at 9:35. The chicken, by the way, we finished it in the oven, and it was still delicious. The potatoes were cold, but the chicken was delicious. So I will see you tomorrow Until then, have a great Saturday night.